Hello, my friends, we're back again, looking at Haminations. Oh, well. We're back! Aside from the fact that I love watching Haminations, and Bryson is a really cool dude who has been very kind to us, there's still some classics that I really need to watch. Part of the problem is that I don't watch these channels unless I'm filming because I don't want to spoil it for myself. So I wind up wanting to make more of these videos because I want to watch more of it. And so today I thought it would be fun to look at some of Haminations' most controversial videos ever! Bryson has some strong opinions. He's also a little bit of a savage. And so I picked out a few that I think might be really interesting. Dogs and cats, which is better? I feel like almost everyone has a strong opinion on that. I really want to see what Bryson's got to say. So let's do it, people. Strap in, get yourself some water, get yourself a snack, whatever you want. Let's go, homies. Ichi, ni, san, go. Haminations.
Hi, I'm Bryson, and I like animals. And today I'm going to talk about two of the most popular animal companions, dogs and cats. Starting off, I'm totally a dog person and not a cat person. I think it's a spiritual thing, though, because 99% of the time when I see a random dog, I'm able to successfully call the dog over and pet it, and we become best friends.
But that's kind of the thing, though, is dogs are like that. Dogs and cats are just different genetically. I think that's, for the most part, a universal experience. There aren't many people who can just tame every cat they see. And if you're in the comments and you think that you see a cat on the street, it'll want to run up to you the way a dog does, stop the cat. Stop the cat. Unless it's the IDK one.
And we become best friends. Conversely, I have never successfully befriended a cat. I want to be their friends, and I try every time, but our energy is just so different that the cat just walks away when I try and befriend it. Here, kitty, 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 kitty. Psst, 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 psst. Come here, let me pet you.
No.
Sounds about right.
And on one of the only times I was able to pet a cat, I made the mistake of petting its belly and...
Oh, no.
However, when I wrote this script, I went to hang out with some friends and I encountered not one, not two, but 3 cats. And incredibly, I was able to befriend and pet all of them.
It's a sign.
Seriously, in my 19 years of life, I've had a cat let me pet it like once. And then after I write it down, I get 3 in one day.
What?
What are the odds? I guess the cat gods heard my plea.
Yo, the cats upstairs are watching out for you, Bryson. They're like,
please, before you go and slander us to millions of people.
Just give us one more chance.
one more chance. We will send 3 of our best soldiers to meet you on your walk and get pets.
Give us one more chance, Bryson.
That is an insane coincidence, though.
Seriously, it was like a switch was flicked. So if you struggle with befriending cats, write it down and then they'll love you. That's what I did.
Oh.
Anyways, since that experience, I like to go around the neighborhood on an electric longboard at night and search for random cats to pet. It's been very fun. Although my neighbors did catch me sitting in their driveway petting their cat in the middle of the night once, so they think I'm kind of creepy. But anyway, let's move on to dogs. I love dogs, always have. However, I do prefer bigger dogs over smaller ones because in my experience, 90% of the aggressive dogs I meet are small. Big dogs are usually just teddy bears, while the small ones think they are more powerful than they actually are.
Oh, here we go. That's kind of the thing, though. Think about how weird the world would be if half of the humans on Earth were 5 feet tall, and then the other half were 15 feet tall. That's what it's like for a small dog. Half of your species is a giant to you. Like, that's a different life experience. That is not a life experience that we can relate to. Also, shout out Marshall Rogan in the pics. I don't know if Bryson realizes that. This is Marshall Rogan, Joe Rogan's golden retriever.
I think it's just something we're born with. Some people have a cat aura, and some people have a dog aura. My dog energy is infinite. I love dogs, and I want to pet all of them.
Can I pet that dog?
No, he's sleeping.
I've had dogs all throughout growing up. We had Pixel, Duke, and now we got Dixie. Pixel was a really good dog. When we were all really young, my brother Braden took a Sharpie and drew all over Pixel.
No.
She didn't mind, though. She was a chill girl.
Oh my gosh.
Mom wasn't too happy about it, though. Rest in peace, Pixel. Then we got Duke. I won't go into details, but we rescued Duke from some really bad people, and he had some trauma and didn't like other dogs.
Yeah.
However, he did like our other dog, Dixie. Duke was a really good boy. He had heterochromia, meaning one of his eyes was blue and the other was brown.
Cool.
He didn't realize how big he was either, and would try and snuggle up and lay on our laps like a chihuahua.
Aw.
Even though it would compress my lungs, I would still let him lay on me because he was so cute.
Aww. The things we go through for the ones we love, Bryson.
The things I do for love.
Crushing our own windpipes. Sometimes you just have to do it. For the joy of a good pupper. You just gotta do it.
He was also very good at eating flies. A good boy for
sweet.
the ages. Rest in peace, buddy. And our current family dog is Dixie. She is so sweet, snuggly, and cute. She has very expressive ears, and she loves it when you pet her butt. Also, she is so gentle with almost all creatures. For example, I used to have a pet guinea pig named Link, and Link and Dixie were friends.
Aww.
Also, Dixie used to catch birds for fun, but she wouldn't kill them, and she would bring them inside, and I would help the birds calm down, and then they would fly away. But I can just imagine them telling all their bird friends what happened. Bro, this big dog caught me, and I thought it was gonna eat me, but it let me go.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now.
No way, you're making that up.
Cat.
It's true, I swear. Nope, no way. Did you see what that Rottweiler did to Terry?
Bagel, tear.
No, that's sad. That is the one problem with big dogs is like, they don't even necessarily need to be a mean animal. It's just kind of in their DNA. Some will destroy the small animals for no reason, and others will just like try to be friends. I guess it's really just up to the small animal to decide if they want to trust this random monster. I don't know, guys, it's scary.
No way would a dog let you go. But yeah, she's a gentle dog. However, me and my brothers will sometimes fight and horseplay with each other, and Dixie doesn't like that.
Oh.
She will try and defend whoever's being attacked, but she often misjudges who the victim is and will nip at the wrong person. Ow!
Well, maybe you're misinterpreting. Maybe rather than her trying to defend the other person, maybe she just jumps on the team of the other person and is like, oh, we're attacking this person now? Okay, I'll join in. Maybe it's not intentional sympathy.
Don't worry, she didn't really bite me. She just does a warning bite. She's never drawn blood, and trust me, she's a pit bull. If she wanted to hurt someone, she could. But most pit bulls are actually the sweetest creatures on the planet, and they don't deserve the bad reputation, because in almost all cases of pit bulls being violent, the bad owners are to blame. There are no bad dogs, only bad owners.
Yes, but at the same time, there are like pit bulls that like weren't raised properly, or like they were bought from a pet store, or just any reason why like they didn't develop properly. It's like it doesn't matter what owner they have at that point. You can be the greatest owner in the world, but if you have a traumatized pit bull, it can be dangerous. So I don't know. I just wanted to clarify that because I've known like really good people who treat their pit bull super well, but it like had such a rough past that like they couldn't let it around strangers.
I've actually had one pet cat when I was young. Why only one? Because my mom is allergic. Anyway, her name was Katie, and honestly, she was an outside cat, so I don't really remember a lot about her. However, I do have one memory. I was 2 years old and my family was building a treehouse. I was sitting up there while they all worked on the treehouse when Katie crossed my path. I remembered hearing that cats always land on their feet, so I decided to test it. We actually have video of it. The video didn't catch the fall, but you see the before and after and the reaction from my grandparents. Here it is.
Oh no.
You're kind of high.
Hi, Bryson.
Hi,
Bryson?
Bryson, no, please.
Try to put your head through here. Today is Thanksgiving 2003.
Oh no.
Oh my God.
My word.
Oh,
Did he push the cat down?
Yeah.
Bryson!
Can we push you?
Bryson.
I'm sorry. I was only 2 years old. I hadn't discovered empathy yet. It wasn't a malicious attack. What went on in my head was cats land on feet, see cat, push cat to test theory.
To be fair, I think a lot of cats have done exactly that. Maybe you honestly were more like a cat in that moment than you realize. Maybe your brain had only developed to cat age. at that point. The number of times cats just push something off a ledge for no reason, tremendous. It happens all the time.
She was fine. She never forgave me, though. But the issue with dogs and cats is that you get them, you fall in love with them, and then they die, and it breaks your heart. And so I decided to get a pet that's a little more long-term. Meet Scooter and Egg, my 2 pet tortoises. These guys can live longer than 50 years, so they might outlive me. They are very personable and cute. The best pet rocks a guy could ask for.
Aww.
Dixie is also friends with the tortoises. However, she doesn't respect them very much because I feed the tortoises carrots, and for some reason, Dixie really likes to eat carrots too. I don't know why. Anyway, I turned my back for 1 second and Dixie stole the carrots from Egg. She wasn't too happy about that. Although, since I feed them carrots, Egg now thinks that my fingers are carrots.
Classic turtle behavior. You can take the turtle out of the pond, but you can't take the pond out of the turtle. It's gon' snap. Bryson, there are no bad turtles, only bad owners, okay? Nah, I'm just kidding. As for the eating the other animals' food, I can definitely relate to that. Who can relate to that? My boys Ralphie and Mouse. When Rocco was still around and he was disabled and used to live on the bottom floor here, I would feed all of them and make sure that there was enough food for everyone. And I would give Mouse and Ralphie their food, but then Mouse would still come all the way down here and steal Rocco's food and then go and hide it in a place where he can't reach it. This guy is such a food hog. He just did not care. Isn't that right, Mr. Mouse? Do you remember that, bud? You remember being a little food hog, buddy? Yeah. I was there. I will never forget. Mr. Ralphie, you were a little bit of a hog too, buddy. You were a bit of a hog too. But now that it's just them, they have no one to hide the food from. We have Muffin Cam, very briefly. It's been so long since I've done something like this. It's because Ralphie and Mouse are the biggest little wimps. They do not want to be out of their cage for a long period of time. Ralphie is getting a little bit better at being held, but he's still a crazy little guy. He will never sit still. Hello, buddy. There's no way we can keep watching with you here, but at least you can say hi to the homies. Okay, say goodbye, Ralphie Dos Nachos. Say goodbye, buddy. Like, he will actually, like, try to jump and go on a mission. Okay, buddy. We'll bring you back. And while I got you here, people, you better make sure that you're subscribed to Bryson's channel. These animations take a lot of work, and he deserves all the credit. I'm just the one saying silly things. And also, while you're here, if you could boop the like button on this video and the subscribe button if you have not done so, that would be really cool. I would appreciate it.
I often take the tortoises outside so they can get some sun, and I give them baths to keep them clean and hydrated, and I love them. I'm the best dad ever. Although Egg ran away one time and was missing for 2 months.
Oh my gosh.
The way it happened was crazy. I was sitting in the front yard watching a show while the tortoises were chilling. Scooter was in sight at all times, but Egg was taking a nap under a rock out of sight. And I would check on her every 5 minutes.
Oh no.
This went on for an hour, and she hadn't moved at all. But the next time I checked, she was gone. I searched everywhere, but there was no sign of her. Then I remembered that our doorbell had a camera on it, so I scoured the footage between the last time I saw her sleeping and when she was lost, and there was only a 5-minute window. I kept my eyes peeled, but nothing. It was like she vanished into thin air. So I went through the proper missing pet procedures. Missing posters, every missing pet app known to man, calling animal shelters, crying. A lot.
Oh my gosh, that sounds horrible.
And 2 months later, my neighbors found her under a rock. Egg was unfazed. She could have kept going. Did you know that tortoises can go 3 years without food?
What? That's why they're so slow. They just use no energy. Wow, that sounds awful, man. That sounds really terrifying and sad. I'm really glad that she turned out okay.
But now that she's home, she gets all the food she wants.
Aw.
I reunited her with Scooter, and Scooter did not care. But I cared. I'm so glad we found her. It's a miracle. I've told you guys that I'm stupid before, but this confirms it if you had any doubt. Yes, I somehow managed to lose one of the slowest creatures on the earth. Smooth brain. They basically are my own little pet dinosaurs. Just size them up a bit and boom, they fit right in with Jurassic Park. Anyway, I now love both cats and dogs, but I think my relationship with dogs is healthier because they return the love. Cats aren't so generous. I'll still let them bite and scratch me so I can try and pet them though, because I'm that desperate for affection. To end this video off, I'd like everyone to listen to this PSA. If a dog rolls over and shows their belly to you, that means you should definitely give them belly rubs. But if a cat rolls over and shows their belly, do not
Prepare
under
to
any
die.
circumstances pet it. That is a trap. The cat is just trying to kill you. I speak from experience. Oh, the sting of betrayal. And also the sting of claws and teeth. The moral of the story is, love is given, trust is earned. And I trust dogs more.
That is pretty much the opinion I expected Bryson to have based on what I've known about his pups, obviously. This is true. When we would look at a lot more like fails and videos of cats being jerks, I used to have a pretty strong opinion on cats that I would kind of dish out in my videos, and certain people like had an issue with it, which I understand. If you aren't a dog owner, but you're a cat owner, you're team cats, obviously, and cats are great, but cats just aren't as sweet as dogs. Like, there are some great, snuggly, wonderful cats, but it's just in their DNA. They are hunters, right? They're very, very independent creatures, and that's totally fine. But man, cats will also just do some jerk things, even to their wonderful owners who treat them so well. And with dogs, you just don't really get that. With that being said, there are a lot of situations where a pet cat would be better than a pet dog, based on what you want. If you don't want to have to take your cat out on a walk, well, great, you don't have to. If you're really busy and just can't give your cat the same affection that you usually could, well, it's okay, you don't really have to. Dogs are a lot more work, but I also love them both. But I'm slightly more on team dog just because cats will eliminate rats on the street. Now, I am ready for another very strong opinion, and I'm very, very interested to hear about this one.
Driving sucks. I mean, I like driving. Maybe driving in Los Angeles is the worst thing that a human being could possibly go through.
You know, LA traffic had a city slow.
But if you live in a decent area, driving, especially like at night with some good music, oh. Anyways, let's see what Bryson has to say. Uno, dos, tres, go.
Hi, I'm Bryson, and I'm 19 now, and I drive a car.
Cool.
Wow, your voice is so high, and you look so young.
Get him, Bryson.
No way, you're 19.
Get him, Bryson! Boom.
Since everyone ever thinks I'm not actually as old as I say I am, I'm gonna prove you all wrong. By driving this car.
Whoa! Oh no, oh, Bryson, come on! How are you gonna do that? That actually looked like fully unintentional. Maybe I can understand why you wouldn't like driving, Bryson, based on your performance thus far.
So guys, now you can finally stop denying that I'm actually as old as I say I am.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh shoot.
Hey, how you doing?
Hi.
You look a little too young to be driving. I need to see your driver's license.
No.
Oh my gosh, what?
Hey!
Officer, please! I was breaking the law ironically, you don't understand!
Oh my gosh, that was amazing. That was so good. Who is it? That looked like a real officer.
Now that sounds like Robot Pirate Island.
Is that an officer you're related to or just one you know personally? That was amazing. Because that was something I thought about. It was like, I didn't want to be rude by like saying this, but it's like, did he get pulled over a lot for looking really young? Because he doesn't look like someone who would break the rules. So you wouldn't expect that. But at the same time, I guess you just never know. I don't know. I'm just curious.
Anyway, I'm Bryson, and I don't like driving. Driving is scary. I just wish I could teleport. But I guess we're all still stuck with cars, and with that comes some funny stories.
Yes.
So, let's get into it.
Yes.
Soon after I got my license, I was looking forward to the opportunity of my first honk.
Ooh.
However, no drivers around me had made any serious transgressions, so I hadn't had the opportunity to use my car horn at all. And I couldn't have just honked at nothing because I looked it up and it's actually illegal to honk for no reason.
Wow.
Watch. Put your hands up. No.
Oh my gosh. I don't think I've ever heard that before. Probably not a law that's enforced that heavily, because a lot of people honk for stupid reasons, which is worse than no reason at all. When someone is honking and just being a jerk when you're not doing anything wrong, or they're just abusing the loudness of the horn, that's honestly worse than just honking for no reason. But yeah, no, if you were driving and you hadn't had the opportunity to use your horn because no one was doing anything bad, that sounds fantastic, to be honest.
Anyway, me and my mom were in the car together waiting for the light. The light turned green, but the person in front of me wasn't moving. Oh
no.
This is it, the moment I've been waiting for. I can
Go
finally
for it,
honk
get
at
him.
someone. Here I go. He wasn't going.
Mom!
Stole my first honk! I was devastated, but I came up with a way to enact revenge.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, that was amazing. Oh, this video is so good. This is a really good one. I love these moments. Bryson, throw more things like this into your videos. That's so sick. I honestly need to start doing stuff like that more. I'm just shy and don't have people to film me near me.
This other time, me and my brother and some friends were going to a trampoline park to jump around. Brody drove us over there, and we had to sign these waivers. So I start signing the waiver when a lady working there says, "Honey, you need your mommy to sign that."
Oh
I'm
my
18.
gosh.
You're not 18. I am 18. You're not
I hate this.
18. Look, I get it. That lady was just doing her job. Kids probably try and lie about their age all the time at that place.
That's awful.
But you gotta understand how frustrating it is for me to hear people denying my age all the time. And the condescending and rude tone she used was not appreciated.
Well, Bryson, don't feel too bad. She's just working at a trampoline place and probably doesn't even like trampolines. What? Could you imagine you work full time at a trampoline place, but you don't even like trampolines? That sounds miserable. So, Bryson, I know that probably hurt. And that actually is really annoying. Like, I hate that. Because I've kind of experienced that a couple times in my life. But yeah, it's okay.
Since I forgot my license at home, Brody said, "Here's my keys. Go drive home and get your license. We're gonna jump without you. Haha, sucks for you." My friend Kira came with me because she's nice, and she listened to me rant about how rude that lady was in the car. Good thing I didn't get pulled over because I wouldn't have had my license.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need to see your license and registration. This is my brother's car, and I don't have my license, so...
I'm going to get it.
No. Anyways, I got my license, drove back, and shoved it in that lady's face. And I got to jump with my friends.
Get him, Bryson. Oh, I wish I could see the look on her face when he did that. Honestly, like, I would demand an apology at that point, you know? It's like, it's not enough to just be like, huh, you're wrong. She made you drive home and drive back. She better say sorry. She better have apologized.
However, as we walked out to the car, we found out that in my passionate ranting about the rude lady, I had left the keys in the ignition, leaving the car unlocked and running.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe I shouldn't be allowed to drive a car.
Oh my gosh.
This other time, I was driving down a straight road, just vibing, when I saw someone in front of me pull up, waiting to turn left. For those of you who don't know how a left turn works, you have to yield to the traffic in the road until there's a big enough gap for you to turn left. So, I had the right of way, so I kept driving. Then the guy tried to sneak out into my lane, expecting me to stop for him. When I didn't stop, he hit his brakes, yelled angrily, and had the audacity to honk his horn at me.
Yeah.
And I can honestly say it's one of the biggest regrets of my life that I didn't honk back. I should have been like, "Don't you honk your horn at me. You're turning left, broski, so if I were you, I would yield."
Got him.
Learn traffic laws, you gremlin.
Get him. Oh, get him.
Hey, you're under arrest for destroying that guy's car. No.
This dude is crazy. You're crazy for this one, Bryson. Yeah, honestly, based on a few of those choices that you have made in the driving process, yeah, maybe don't drive if you don't have to. Leaving your car unlocked with the keys in. I know there's someone from rural Texas who's like, well, we do that all the time. If anyone tries to do that to us, pull out the Draco. Boom, boom, boom. But realistically, no. You shouldn't be comfortable leaving your car unlocked and turned on for anyone to go in. But I understand Bryson had been disrespected and he had to prove this woman wrong. So you did the right thing. Wait, did you? No, don't leave your keys in the ignition. Aside from that, perfect. All right, that one was 10 out of 10. That one was awesome. I loved that one. But I think we have time for just one more. One that I'm very curious about. And we're gonna go back pretty old. Older than we have gone before.
I'm short.
If it was 5 years ago, I would imagine Bryson was probably a bit shorter than he is now. So I'm curious to see the stories of the struggle. I've been there, bro. We're gonna close it off with this one, but let's have some more fun while we're here. 1, 2, skip a few, 99, 100. Wow.
Hello, everyone. I've seen some comments asking about my age, so here you go. I am a 16-year-old boy. But Bryson, you sound much younger, and I know. Okay? I know. So yeah, I don't just sound young, I look young too. I'm 5'3" currently, and I'm very skinny.
Wow.
I literally look like I'm 12. It's kind of frustrating sometimes, but I've come to accept it. I'm just a late bloomer. Turns out my mom and dad and at least one of my older brothers were also late bloomers. And they turned out fine, so whatever.
Wow, this is already so interesting. Okay, so you were 16 at the time. Animating videos when you're 16 is pretty cool. Posting these level of videos on YouTube when you're 16 is pretty cool. But that's so interesting to me. Like, when I think of YouTubers, I assume that everyone stopped growing. You know? That's kind of one of those things. It's like, I mean, most professional YouTubers who do it for a living, obviously, are 18 by the time they start, for the most part. I don't really know many, like, 16-year-old male YouTubers. But the idea of like being 5'3" and like still growing while making your channel and then growing like 6 more inches. I don't know why that's so interesting to me. By the time I started, I hadn't grown in height in like 6 years.
However, I do have some funny stories about it, so here we go. I am old enough to drive, but I can't get my license till I'm 17 because my mom doesn't want to pay for my car insurance. Which means whenever I am driving, someone will definitely say, "Oh, wow, are you old enough to drive that thing?"
No. Oh, no.
And to that I say, "Frickin' race me, scrub, I'll wreck you." But of course I don't say that. I just try and hold back the tears as I drive off.
Yeah, based on what we talked about in the last video, getting into a street race with Bryson sounds like you're trying to meet the afterlife. Something is going to go wrong. Also, this animation style, it's amazing how quickly he improved. This last video is not very long, but it's very interesting to see the difference.
One time, I was getting some fast food, and literally every person working there took turns at the window talking to me about how young I looked. They could not believe that I was old enough to drive. I laughed at their comments, but I almost died inside.
Yeah.
Pretty much whenever I tell anyone my age, literally every single time the other person will point out that I'm short, as if they're making a discovery. Like, I've discovered something! Bryson is short! Let's talk about that.
That's so annoying. I've been there. I've been there. So, okay, I've talked about this before. I'm not exactly short, but I'm below average by like an inch or two. I'm 5'8", 5'9" on a good day. So yeah, I'm like an inch or two below average for a grown man. And yeah, there have been times where it's like, I remember I was doing volunteer work at my old elementary school. When I was like 18, I was volunteering and helping at the elementary school. I walked through the hallway and some kids stopped me and they were like, "Hey, you look old." They're like, "How old are you?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm 17. And one of them's just like, "You're short." And it's like, what is the point of you saying that? Oh, wow, no way. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much for telling me that. Oh, wow, I gotta go to the store and buy some smaller shirts now. What is the point of just telling someone,
"You're short"?
Kids are so stupid. That's such a dumb thing to do. Like, chances are the person's probably a little bit insecure about being short, and just bringing it up as the first thing you say could not be stupider. There's not many things you could do. The only way you could possibly be stupider is if someone says hi to you and the first thing you say is, "Oh, hey, want to see my underwear? Want me to take my pants off right now and twirl them above my head?" That's about the only thing you could say that's stupider than opening a conversation with "you're short."
Here's a tip. If you're one of those people that thinks it's important to tell someone something they already know, then just save your breath. Because I promise you, they know. And they know that everybody else knows. You don't gotta point it out as if you're helping them or something. The only thing you accomplish when telling someone they're short is just making them mad. There's this one kid that can't leave me alone about it. Literally every time he sees me, he says, "I'm way younger than you, but I'm still taller than you."
Oh my gosh.
And I really want to say back to him, "Yeah, I am short right now. But guess what? I can grow, but you'll be ugly for forever.
I literally see YouTube I honestly bet someone in the comments already said,
oh, Robert's 5'8". I'm 14 and I'm already 6'1".
I guarantee someone has already made that comment. And now they're watching this and they're like, oh no, now I feel stupid. Because yeah, that's a stupid comment. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. The only people who literally put down other people, no pun intended, because of their height are so insecure. Like, bro, there's nothing to gain from that. It's so obnoxious. So Bryson, I feel you, man. I understand. I'm on your team here.
Do people see it as an accomplishment or something? My parents' genes happen to combine in a way in which the height of my body is higher than yours.
Right.
I mean, it's not like they work to become taller.
Yeah.
They just happen to have a taller body than I do. That is not in any way a valid form of measuring your worth. Just because you're taller than me doesn't mean you're better than me. No.
Get him.
And this applies to other things too. I'm older than you, therefore I'm better than you. Oh, wow, you're older than this baby? Well, he's gonna grow up to cure cancer while you're sitting in your basement playing video games, you freaking millennial.
Oh, stop, Bryson. He's already dead. He's already dead, Bryson. You see certain insecure tall people who like wear it as like a badge of honor, like they worked to be tall. It's like you can be the laziest, unsmart, uninteresting, unfunny, unexciting person, but just you're 6'10", you know? It's like, it doesn't matter what your height is, like, at all. It literally could not matter less. We don't live in a world where we need to engage in hand-to-hand combat to earn our food for the day. Being tall means nothing. Being short means nothing. So guys, just please treat everyone the same. It's not that hard. Treat everyone the same. I am not currently like insecure about my height. I do not care whatsoever about how tall I am, but there was a time when I did. And it was things like that were just so annoying and frustrating because it's something you can never do anything about. So just talking about that stuff is just so stupid. It's just pointless.
People should measure their worth by their skills and things they've worked for. You're taller than me? Whatever, I could beat you in a Nerf war though. Or how about chess, or trampoline flips, or math tests, or rock sculpture, or funny voices, or just generally being handsome. Boom! Anywho, the doctor says I'll be around 6 feet tall eventually. Just later than most people. My dad was like 5'7" when he graduated high school, but now he's 6'2". Plus, since he looked super young all growing up, it's paying off now because he still looks way younger than he actually is. So I guess it all works out in the end.
Yes, listen, I agree. I also have always looked a little bit younger than I am. And while it was annoying when I was 18, it's awesome now. And it's gonna be awesome for the rest of my life. We've already talked about this. I think we talked about this in the very first Haminations video we did. If you haven't seen it, make sure you've checked it out. It's a classic. But yeah, it's like, that's one of those things, while it's really tough at certain parts of your life, it's great later in life, and you'll be happy that it all worked out.
At least that's what I tell myself. Seriously though, even though it kind of sucks being so short and small now, I know it's only temporary. So if you're short too, then whatever. If people think they're better than you just because they're taller than you, then that just means that they don't have anything else to measure their self-worth with.
Yep.
Okay, I'll see you guys later.
That actually was like a more serious video. I think that was the most serious one yet. I really liked that. That was really interesting. The animation style was like super primitive, but like the commentary was so good that it didn't matter. That was really interesting. I hope there are some people watching this who, if maybe you had some insecurities about your height or anything like that, I hope this video did help in some way, because yeah, it's really nothing to worry about. Now people, you know what to do. Make sure you are subscribed to Haminations. He did all the hard work. Him and his team, they are wonderful. They are so great. Make sure you're subscribed to them. Here's the whole playlist of Haminations reactions we have done. If you haven't seen all of these videos, make sure you're caught up. Or here's a video that YouTube thinks you in particular will like. Are they right? You let me know. Have a wonderful day, people. You're great. Bye.